It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Now, luckily, Ryle and I are used to being humbled on the show, which is going to happen right now. In fact, now we're going to be inspired, enthused, motivated, because we have 4 senior members of Texpand Robotics team. I want you to remember that name. I'm talking about Ethan Buckle, Peter Robinson, Matthew Greenwood, and Hannah Buckle. Yes, they are related. These remarkable young people recently made headlines, understandably so, by winning the first World Championship of the First Tech Challenge. This is massive. It's a robotics competition in Houston, Texas that attracts the best in the world, showcasing their talent and determination, a bit of fortitude on a global stage. So can we give them a massive, massive round of applause? Welcome to it. I wish we had a live studio audience that we could have had a rapturous applause, but our cameramen will have to do. Well done, guys. Well done.
Yeah, awesome. This is incredible. It's inspiring. I feel like South Africans are going to take over the world, and you are at the precipice of what is, I think, just magic right now. You, obviously, the founder of Texpand, the team. Talk to me about the team, the inspiration behind it, how this thing even came about, and why you started it.
I've been involved in robotics for a long time. Like, when I was young, I would take apart old appliances. Always like using the parts to like put together something that...
Could you put them back together again?
Maybe not so that they were working, but it looked like they were back together. But normally I just use the parts and put something else different back together. And I got involved in first robotics competition quite young. But in my first team, we only had 2 hours with the robot per week. So really, we didn't have enough time, I felt, to really improve.
Be competitive.
Yes,
to just like a trailer for you, actually.
Yes. And then I found out there was like a grant to start new teams. So I managed to convince a bunch of my friends and sort of pulled my family into it. So we never thought we could actually like win the competition. But as we learned more and we actually really did improve and grow our skills, we did start to set our hopes a little bit higher. And this season was actually the first time where we really had goals of getting to the World Championship and doing somewhat well over there. So we never thought whether we would actually win the whole competition. That was a very big surprise.
The first time you try and you win.
Yeah,
that's basically what you're saying.
Well, we were there the previous season, but we really didn't do super well with the robot. This season's really being a step up, and I think the amount of time that we put into developing our skills, really putting a focus on learning rather than doing well, has paid off over the long term rather than looking for. We really want to do well short term.
But well done, man. And I mentioned the word fortitude because very often these things are one on the human spirit element, not necessarily on the know-how and the robot that you present, because these are big moments. And I would imagine arriving at a big moment where you're no longer just the smartest person in the room, but everybody in the room is the smartest person in the room whenever they are there. Hannah, give us some background. So what does the competition actually entail, and how did you earn your spot there? I would imagine even qualifying is pretty tough.
So first is a competition that centers around robots. There's a new season released in September every year, and teams have about 4 months to kind of build, design, and code their robot. Then they'll go to the competitions and they'll compete, and you can win and kind of progress to the next level either by winning the robot game, but then there's also this thing called the Inspire Award, and how you get that is by kind of excelling in kind of all the aspects of the competition, because the competition's cool because it doesn't only include kind of robotics. It also has other things like community outreach, connecting with STEM professionals, and even stuff to do with fundraising and finance management. And so you can also build a lot of really cool life skills from that. So for us, in the regional and national competition, our team won Inspire and the robot game, which was pretty amazing for us. Then at Worlds, we kind of had these qualification matches, which is kind of the first stage of the competition. And that was kind of challenging for us because, I mean, it's obviously a big step up. You're competing against the best of the best. But we kind of managed to work our way through that and eventually got into kind of the elimination rounds. We had a lot of like really close wins, some really tough matches, but in the end, we kind of made it through.
The 1-point rule, we speak about it, the South African 1-point rule.
There can only be one, man. And I think there's more to be said about South Africans, because we definitely have something unique about us. Peter, when you maybe competed against some of the other teams and some of the other sort of competitors and members, what was it like? Was it quite intimidating going up against the rest of the world? Or did you feel like, I've got a confident team here, I've got confidence in myself, I think we're going to be able to smash this one? What was that feeling like for you being out there?
It was really amazing to be out there competing against the best of the best. And yeah, I'm grateful for the opportunity to have met all these really amazing teams, and yeah, just getting to know them and being held as actually being one of the best teams now, which is really amazing for our team. Yeah.
You've got the bragging rights, which is great, but all of this says to me that you've already started to set up your strategic network for potentially your career. You're starting to iron out and test yourselves literally in the coalface, which pretty much the job is going to demand that when you're starting to work in this space. So, Matthew, I wanted to ask you, what was it that won? Yeah. What was it about this team? Was it the strategy? Are you just brilliant and you just got that perfect chemistry? What do you think put you guys ahead?
Yeah, no, so I would definitely like to think that we are kind of better than the rest. That sounds
Don't
really
think it, buddy. There
But,
are
yeah.
3 trophies that prove that you are better than
But
the rest.
I think
man.
something that really kind of helped us win and tied us together is our vibe. We've always really, as a team, put the feel and, you know, being just a group of friends first. And so I think that's kind of what helped us win. Under those very pressured circumstances, just to kind of stick together and, you know, be ourselves and remain calm.
Do it for each other.
Yeah.
Do it for each other. And
Yeah,
you've done
I
it,
love
man.
that. Listen, I'm dying to find out what you actually did, and it sounds amazing. I think everybody watching now is like, okay, well, where's the robot? Where's the robot? Luckily in Zanzi, you don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to go far because they've brought all the tools and all the magic right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. We're going to be going through a demo, just showcasing how they became champions. Anything that we should be looking out for? Anything
Should we
that
be nervous?
Yeah.
I mean, not really. As long as
Nothing
you're
about
not
how you
standing-
responded there made
as
me
long as
feel
you're
any
not
more
standing
secure.
on the field,
should be fine,
it does
yes.
drive quite fast. So if it were to drive into you, it would probably hurt quite a bit. But generally, that doesn't
I'll
happen.
keep
I've
Raoul
had
in front of
practice.
me.
I've had practice.
No doubt, no doubt. Now I'll keep Raoul just in front of me and it's fine. Stick around, we're going to put the robot to the test in just a moment.